everybody, SonGoshuaku here, ready to review episode 15 of Dragon Ball DAIMA, titled Third Eye. And so we kick things right off where we left off with Son Goku and his gang all coming out. And there you go, see, basically coming out to the demon realm, the first demon realm, and there you see Gomah's like, how? You know, the last episode, and he was zooming in on Son Goku, realizing that, I just need them all executed. And there you go. And like, man, Gomah is one of the dumbest and stupidest Dragon Ball villains there's ever been. I mean, he's got to be right up there in terms of like stupidity, because man, and hey, Toriyama designed him that way. He was designed to be like that. You know, he is a gag character and everything. And there you see our heroes Goku and them. They are just all over the place, dodging all these laser beams and everything from going in from the Zandamari, as they're called, and all that stuff like that. And so we end up getting where they're just basically destroying the rocks and everything. So that was really cool to see. And then there you see the blasts and everything, and the guy's like, oh, let's go ahead and attack. And out there you go, the Zandamari ship are offline, and Son Goku's like, you know, this is not good. They got the blast, because they gotta be careful of Bulma, aka Boma, and everything, as she's really one of the people that cannot defend herself. And we get some more close-up of those eye shots, and oh man, that one almost right there nearly nailed Son Goku. And so from here, you see basically Goku flying all over the area as he can, trying to evade all these blasts and everything that they've got for him and stuff like that. And then right there you see from here, they're just blasting, and it's really cool to see something like this in Dragon Ball, because we don't get too many war stuff like this blasting. It really reminds me of Star Wars, and of course Akira Toriyama was a huge Star Wars fan, and that's kind of like what it would remind me, like the big battles you see before they get to the gigantic final fights of whatever you got with the Jedi and the Siths and stuff like that. And you got Glorio just dodging all these attacks here. You got Panzy, she's dodging, and I mean, they're coming really close. I mean, either these Zandamari guys got really bad aim, because I don't even know if the characters are moving that fast. This was pretty hilarious. You got Hibiscus basically just flying like yoink, yoink. He's just dodging this effortlessly, and the guy's like, stop. Okay, so yeah, these guys gotta have bad aim, because when it comes to the point where your aim is so terrible, you're trying to tell them to stop so they can hit you. Yeah, their aim sucks. And right here, this blast comes right for Vegeta's back, and boom, almost completely wiped out Bulma, aka Bulma's toes. And you see she's like, and you know, it's hard for Vegeta to try and keep his back turned on these guys, and it just almost wrecked his wife's feet. And I just love how much he clutches Vegeta right there. You know, it's adorable. And I don't know if I mentioned it in last week's stream enough. Just Vegeta and Bulma, aka Bulma, I thought was so adorable. Just seeing how far Vegeta has come from what he was in Z to now. So I'm glad Daima follows up with that, as he calls him annoying pest. And Goku basically is like, they're cheating. I mean, yeah, they're trying to do whatever it takes to win the game, which is making sure you all don't get to Gomah and stuff. So I don't know how it's cheating there. So they're shooting, like I said, their aim is just off at this point. Goku's not even trying to dodge that right there. And so they basically find these rocks, and they're able to fly behind them and take guard. And these Zandamari, aka military force from Gomah, they're like, you know, you can't let him escape. Don't let him escape. And they basically start shooting, and Goku's like, hey, are you all okay? And Bulma, aka Bloma, is like, yeah, barely. I don't even know what Hibiscus is up there checking out during this whole thing. And so they keep shooting these blasts at them, and there comes one of their Zandamari ships, and they're just flying, and they're shooting. Goku's almost getting hit by it, and it's a lot of shooting. And like I said, this shot was cool right here with Panzy shooting that out, and then you get to where Goku is basically taking the Neo Bow using it to reflect it, aka the power pole in the Funimation now Crunchyroll dub. So I really love that shot of how Goku's able to reflect it back, and the colors, man. Shout out to the animation staff. Just the use of colors, the greens, the purples, the reds, really great color contrast. Really loving that from an artistic standpoint, and I love that part right here. So this thing comes over and Goku just swats it like a fly swatter. Boom, get that out of here with the key, with the whatever these blasts are from their guns, and you just see they're still trying to shoot it, and yeah, these just were just amazing frames. Goku swatting another one away into the sky, and there you go. Glorio's got his piece in his hand, and he shoots it, boom, right at this Zandamari guy, and bam, that guy is gone out of here, and out comes another one. He's like, you'll pay for that. He comes out, shoots another beam, and I have no idea why Nahare, aka the East Kaioshin, aka the Supreme Kai, is cowering in fear. Like, you are stronger. You are the man that essentially punked out Piccolo at the, what was that, the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai, man, aka World's Martial Arts Tournament, I think it was, and you're up here cowering in fear. I don't understand why. And so Goku, he gets in direction, uses the Neobo as a shield, basically, and I mean, this animation is just looking awesome, fantastic. I'm really loving it. Dragon Ball DAIMA definitely never disappoints when it comes to the animation and the choreography, as you see right there with Goku. Just great looking shots here, and Goku's running over here trying to avoid these blasts, and boom, they nail Goku in the back, and you see this electricity start sparking, and Goku at fast speed comes down to the ground, and he's like, basically feeling the pain, and like, oh, okay, these things got some damage to them when Goku gets hit, and then they shoot another one at him, and boom, I think Goku was able to evade that, and it's really done a number on Son Goku, and this is where Glorio, as he's explaining there in the screenshot, is a direct shot can incapacitate you, so basically you need to really watch yourself there, and at this point I'm like, okay, these Zandamari guys, when they nail you with this blast, it's pretty evidence. Might need to go Super Saiyan, aka Super Saiyan 1, aka Super Saiyan 1. And so I guess I'm not going to get that wish as we go through the episode here, because you see the Zandamari ships, they keep coming right back around, and Goku's getting angry, and he's like, why is those that those are dirty, and he starts flying towards them, and Goku is mad now. He tells the power pole to extend, and boom, goes right out of there with the nice green explosions, and that thing comes coming down, and Pansy's like, awesome, and right here is more of these Zandamari ships. They end up coming around. Goku's like, there's no end to them, and Vegeta's just been sitting there chilling this whole time, and he goes like, Vegeta's like, blast it, screw their ray guns, and I'm thinking, he says, they won't work on a Saiyan like me. I'm like, okay, here we go, Vegeta, because y'all know Vegeta don't be playing, right? So Vegeta goes ahead, and he jumps up into the sky, and he starts forming some ki blasts, and boom, shoots it. Just loving Vegeta going crazy, just blasting everything, shooting it, dodging all the ray guns that they're shooting at here, and I just think this shot right here, boom, Vegeta's able to go forward, and then boom, Vegeta from here is just dodging, and he shoots his ki blast, and boom, uppercuts this guy with the ki blast, and that guy's done, and then Vegeta sees more coming out here, and he starts forming another ki blast, and he's about to unleash it, and boom goes that ship, blowing up, green explosion. So overall they start unloading right here. They unload onto Vegeta and hit him in the shoulder, and right here Vegeta succumbs to the same defeat. But yeah, they start going really ham on him, like boom 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 boom, just lighting Vegeta up with these ray guns, and Vegeta falls to the sky, and bam, falls onto the ground. I had something I wanted to say about this, but now being able to pause it down frame by frame, I'm like, okay, I see. I was about to say, ain't this some BS that Vegeta has reached his limit in base form and cannot move. When Goku got hit by one of those things and was still able to recover, but looking back now at the frames, like I said, they clearly did light Vegeta up with multiple shots compared to what Goku took. And as a result, Vegeta now is asking for one of those Snanima bugs. And basically Goku, he's like, here. And Vegeta grabs it and yeah, like I said, that thing does not look appealing at all. And Vegeta's like, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get that stamina back. So he goes ahead and eats it, and Vegeta is back to full power. He's like, those dirty pieces of scum, they're shooting everywhere. Yeah, so I'm like, are these ray guns that powerful that even base Goku and Vegeta are being taken by their limits? But at this point, I'm like, okay, I'll accept it. They're not human made. These are made from the Majins of the demon realm. So at this point, best thing to do is go SS1. It's clear that Goku and Vegeta's base forms are not a match for these Zandamari guys, I guess, in large quantities. And so what are they going to do? Goku makes a mention that it looks like dealing with them might be rough in their kids' bodies. Despite the fact, going back to the entire episodes, we've seen Goku and Vegeta both wreck all these jabronis in their base forms. It's too much now to deal with. I don't know, whatever, but at this point, go SS1. And so there you see, Gomah's comfortable now. He's like, yes, even they aren't strong enough to do anything about that. Yeah, and what's less is, if that's the case, then maybe you should have sent these things after the Tamagamis, but nobody wants to mess with those. So yeah, like I said, Gomah's a dumb villain. And so we get where he's looking, he notices here, he's like, okay, that's the Namekian. And he says, okay, this brat's from the third demon realm. And then he says, that one too. And this is where Gomah's like, wait a minute. He leans in and he notices that eyeball. And he's like, hey. And he's like, it's the third eye. The third eye, which is what he wanted from the very beginning. Remember, that was going to be his wish. In fact, it would have been his priority wish had he knew that Shenlong was only going to give him one wish instead of the three that he was promised or told that it would be. He said he would have gone with the third eye to get the absolute extreme ultimate power. And so basically, this is where he mentions the legendary, Dragon Oculus or something, I think is what you call it. Yeah, he calls it that basically the legendary eye. And so they start shooting the blast, and then there you see Goku is just running all over the place, struggling like heck. Boom, like they're really on Kid Goku, their base form Goku with this. And at this point, I'm like, just go SS1. Goes Super Saiyan, and this is it. But Goku doesn't. He's gonna, I guess he just wants to stick with his base form. And so he goes after, extends the Neo Bow, and boom, just really plunges into that guy's gut. So that was really awesome. And he goes, extend, and then he flies on up to the other ship, and this shot of Goku just looking really awesome. And he goes ahead with another Ki Blast, and he is about to unleash and shoots it. And he, really isn't gonna go in there, and boom, this was really good. Not only is that explosion really great, but I really love the impact, and boom, showing it how it breaks up into pieces. I don't know, maybe there's some more of those Zandamari guys in there as they come flying out, and just great explosion. The attention to detail and color, just like it was phenomenal in this episode. All right, I'm gonna take a little sip of water here for a break. All right, so Vegeta right here, he starts shooting this Ki Blast and knocks out that Zandamari guy, then knocks out another guy in the Zandamari, and then you got Glorio just shooting here. You got Panzy just shooting. Piccolo is fine. My man Piccolo finally doing something. Like, how long did it take him to finally do this? Yeah, I felt like I can't be the only one that's wanted to see Piccolo do more in this series. We haven't. He's kind of been there just to basically be like, oh, you should be able to do this, Piccolo. He should be just there like, oh, you should be able to do this, Goku. You should be able to do that, Vegeta. Only to end up showing that he can't do the same thing either. And then it's been like a lot of lore where he's like, oh, I didn't know this, because Neva's kind of been the one dropping all the Namekian lore. So yeah, I'm hoping we get to see Piccolo turn up the heat. I want to see Piccolo do some stuff here, man. And so basically that ship comes crashing down and basically knocks these guys flying out, and so they're done, and they're basically like, it's all over, and they start running. They run, they are done. And I guess they didn't need Super Saiyan to get the job done. I mean, it would have been done a lot quicker, but it got done nonetheless, that being the job. So Goku and the gang win this one and yell that it's all clear, and Kid Biscuits comes out like, woo, they're finally taken care of. And Pansy's like, you hardly did anything, so stop acting so self-important. Oh, man. And so Glorio leads the way to where Gomah's palace is, and we get the wreckage that's left over. I really love the visuals of the fire there, and we just get this cool 3D CGI looking of the base of the Zandamari base and everything. And we're looking into this tower, and we get this guy who looks like he must be related to Dabura, aka Dabura, and he notices right here there's something closing in, and yes, here it is. It's Son Goku and his gang, and this guy is angry. He's like, enemies approaching, enemies approaching. And so to these guys' credit, the Zandamari, they are quick to they are on the ball. They are quick. They do not want to at all fool around. They are on the ball there with making sure that they get to these guys. Meanwhile, you got Gomah here basically looking at the long lost third eye, the evil eye of the demon realm. And he said, it hasn't been seen so long. And there you have Abura, who is of course Dabura, basically abracadabra, the pun based on it. So that's his father, the Supreme Demon King. And there's the eye in his forehead, and Gomah's like, it looked just like that. And the sarcasm here from Degesu is, don't all eyes look like that? And he's like, besides, what would it be, with a buffoon like that, right? And Gomah's like, just don't ask. And he says, we need to act fast. So he says, go get that belt and bring it to me. And Degetsu's like, what? Because you've been seeing what these guys been doing, beating Majin Buu, beating the Tamagami. Yeah, he don't want to fool around with these guys. And so Gomah goes like, don't let anyone notice what you're up to. Got it? And Degetsu's like, yes, sir. And from that, he's like, but how do you know? Like, how do I do this? And Gomah actually takes some time to think about it. Like, He goes, you're smart, aren't you? Figure it out. and Degetsu just backs off, says, understood, sire. And so he just basically flies out of frame. Man, Degetsu, I was hoping we get something more interesting, but he just lets Gomah boss him around. Clearly, Dr. Arensu has been the far more interesting one out of the three of them that was introduced at the beginning of the series. Degetsu is basically just, he's just Gomah's yes boy, pretty much. That's pretty much what he is. And so we get Gomah looking happy now, and it's like, you're going to send Degetsu out here without a plan, knowing good and well that he's no match for these guys, and said, just figure it out. You do it. Like, how do you send him? That's your plan? Like I say, man, Gomah is such a dumb villain. Just figure it out on the way. Like, how's he going to get it if there's no plan together? Like, come on now. And so, yeah, we get right here where he's looking at the eyeball, and then we get this red shot and a widescreen like it's about to be a big movie or something. And the narrator says, let's take a moment to explain. This was very interesting how they do this next part, because they're explaining it to us, the audience, which from that standpoint makes sense, because if you're going to have it be explained to us, we can understand what's going on here with this whole third eye deal. However, the fact that they're not going to have this explained to the characters in the story is like, you think it might be on a big deal, because clearly the third eye is going to be the difference maker. Clearly the third eye is what's going to be pushing Son Goku and Vegeta past the limits of Super Saiyan 3, and might have have us to have those fusion bugs come into play. So it's not going to be explained to them in story. Interesting. But I will say this was probably one of the most interesting parts of the entire episode. So we get the lore drop, the third eye, and everything, and in basically it was something for the demon kings that they would put on their foreheads, which grants them the power and authority. And you see others in the background, the previous demon kings having weared it, basically possessing the terrifying magic power, as it explained there in the subtitles, and with great power became a necessity, basically. And they get this cool shot right here where they grab the eyeball and this purple stuff comes out, and it basically shows how they're wearing it. As soon as they put it into their forehead, you get all this cool red aura and basically around them, and it basically makes them even more stronger power. So they get a huge power in boost from this that gives them unworldly power, so much that when it zooms out of the palace, you could see the aura oozing all over the entire first realm of the demon realm. So I thought that was really cool. And during they're saying basically that during the Supreme Demon King Abura's reign, it was stolen by someone. And there you see our first look at Abura. Well, not our first look, but a first time that is being put a lot of attention into Abura, who is Dabura's father. So we get a good look at him. So he basically reigned the power then in the deep shadows. This is really cool. We got here the demon. We got Dabura, flashback with Dabura, and that was cool to see because he's a classic Majin Buu character, so it's cool to see him. And he's asking for the third eye as it's in a safe, and apparently he has the key for it. So that was cool. This little bug thing gets it, and he says, "I'll contact you later, but you need to sneak in there and get it." And this guy, I mean, he had some of the most hilarious laugh I've heard. One of these just funny laugh. He's like, I'm like, okay, alrighty. That was cracking me up. So he's like, yes, I understand, Dabura-sama. And so he flies in because I guess at this point Abura was off on vacation or something like that. So he flies to the throne and goes right up to it and uses the key and opens it. And so there you go. The safe is open, and there it is, the third eye, and he grabs it. And I don't know what was going on in this standoff. Like these three, I gotta believe these were jabronis too. They about to step up to Dabura, and Dabura like, what y'all want to do? Come on, you want to step up? Come on, step up to me. And then the red lights go off, caution, and you see they're afraid. That other guy's afraid. The other two, they're like, oh, and there you see immediately Dabura is smirking, and so they start shooting at the little pesky bug looking thing who's basically getting away, and he has that laugh again while he's driving. So I thought that was hilarious. And so he ends up chasing them into the second demon realm, and from there the big chase happens, and there's a Kraken, and he's like, ah! And he is just barely able to get out of the way of a Kraken. And the other three Zandamari ships, they're not so lucky. Bam! They got knocked the heck out, and that was probably the end of them. Meanwhile, the whatever this guy doing Dabura's basically dirty work here, flies over into the third demon realm, and this is pretty funny right here. So he lands and he opens it. He's like, yeah, I made it. He grabs the eye and he gives us one more, ladies and gentlemen, a good old fashioned laugh. Because he think he made it. And then out of nowhere, big old ogre comes out, and we've seen these ogres early on. He's like, goes ahead and boom, knocks him down, and there goes the third eye, and it ends up rolling off that cliff and drops down to the ground. And meanwhile, that thing is dead, gone, and even the ogre doesn't know what to make of this. He's like, oh. and he just basically sees the communicator and boom, stumps on it, crushes it. And you can tell this thing is dumb because you have the power to give yourself the ultimate supreme power and take over the demon realm, but he does it. So they literally don't know what's in them, and I think that's the thing. Nobody really knows the extensiveness, but I guess it's something from the first demon realm. So if you are in the second or third demon realm, you don't know much about it. And so Dabura, he's trying to like, hello, and he can't get in contact with, and he's like, what happened to him? And then he's like, it matters not. The third eye is no longer an issue either way. And so they have this really cool transition effect where, boom, he is now on the throne. And it is explained that Supreme Demon King Abura boasted absolute power, but without the third eye, he fell to his son Dabura. So that's how Dabura became the Demon King. He overthrew his father by setting up that whole thing for it to be stolen. And apparently Gomah was his right-hand man as the vice president of the demon realm. And that's crazy. So Dabura basically betrayed his own father, and it even goes back to the classic redrawings that we saw earlier in Dragon Ball DAIMA, where it's stating that, however, Dabura, though he stole the throne, he was no match for Majin Buu, and of course Fat Buu turned him into big giant cookie and ate him, and that was the end of the Demon King. And Buu basically made short work of Dabura, and we go back, course, flashbacks early in the episode where Degesu basically now pledged his allegiance to Gomah because Gomah had now taken over as the Demon King. So yeah, this was pretty fascinating stuff. I really enjoyed this lore drop. And then we get basically in the third demon realm is where Hibiscus came across the third eye, and he picks it up and he's like, ooh. So what does he do? He now has the absolute ultimate supreme power of the demon realm. With such power, he can take over the entire demon realm. And what's he do? Just gonna put it into his belt buckle, and he pushes it in, and there you go. The third eye, the demon eye, the most powerful holy grail of power in the demon realm, ended up as a belt buckle. You gotta love Akira Toriyama's humor. Man, that was pretty hilarious. It just reminds me earlier how the Neo Bowl, aka Power Pole, ended up being used as a laundry pole hanger for Roshi for his underwear. Oh my gosh, this was great stuff. I'm taking a sip of water here for a break. All right, so next up, we get our heroes all landing here. Well, I don't know if I should be saying heroes because I don't know about Glorio if he's a hero, right? But they all land, and they're now are in the proximity of the palace. So there he is. One good look, they are almost there. But they've got more Zandamari guys that come on out, and Goku's like, huh? And there you see the Zandamari guys. They are running, and Goku and Piccolo are on guard. Vegeta as well. And I'm like, all right, so you guys are gonna just go SS1 and call it a day because we ain't got time for these jabronis as they are running. And I had a bit when I saw this shot, like, oh dang, they all came out like a bunch of killer ants or something, just all do the direction, start shooting up the whole place. And Goku's like, and there you see Neva ends up going away, and Goku, he ends up getting thrown off guard at these blasts. And I mean, they are just wrecking shop, just blasting all over the place, and you see the fires everywhere. So I mean, like, wow. So there you go, Nahare, Son Goku, Neva, they're flying off into the distance, and we get this character who looks a lot like that woman that the Zandamari guys had held captive. What's interesting too about these guys guys, is he looks very similar to the Grand Priest, who watches who is basically the right-hand man of Zeno. So this looks like this might be the race of the Grand Priests and everything. Maybe they're the race that birthed all the angels, because I think the Grand Priest is the father of all the angels. And so this kid tells his mom to look. He said it's some round ears and stuff, and they're wondering, oh man, who could they be? And so Goku's flying off here, and boom, barely dodges that blast. And then from there, he's able. Oh yeah, this shot was really cool. So he evades this, and the guy's thinking like, I'm about to get him now. I can let my guard down. And then he sees Vegeta stepping out of nowhere, and Vegeta's like, eat this, and then throws this ki blast. Like Vegeta throws his arm so quick that the ki blast can't even register, and has to catch up to his hand, flies toward the Zandamarine guy, and is about to hit him, and boom, knocks that guy out. Was really cool. I thought the animation was cool, and that's what I will say about this. Even though it's dragging because Goku and Vegeta are, for whatever reason, just not wanting to go SS1, we're getting some at least really cool choreography. And so there's Son Goku basically seeing, or Nahare mentioning how there's so many more than there was before. And Son Goku actually using his noggin here, he's like, hey Gramps, he's like, you made that shield, didn't you? Can you do something about it? Right? It makes sense, right? Why not ask Neva if he can make a shield that can completely block off everyone from the other two demon realm, that blocks everyone from all the traveling back and forth in the demon realms. Surely he can do something like that. And Neva's response is, I'm an old man, I'm just here to help you with your wish, and you need to figure it out yourselves. And Goku's like, aw. Alrighty then. Yeah, I really wonder about Neva. I really am wondering about Neva here. And so from here, this was this scene I was really thinking was very clever until I realized what was going on. So you get Hibiscus here, and we have this woman comes in, and she's like, excuse me. And she's like, it's a belt of yours. And so she's looking over Hibiscus. She's like, it's very pretty. And he's like, I know, it's my favorite. And so she's like, oh, I like it a lot. It says, if you give it to me, I'll give you a kiss. And he says, she's like, I'll give you that kiss. And he's like, don't be stupid. I don't want that. Oh man. And she's like, and she's like, but, and he's like, but I'll trade you for that hat. And she's like, huh? My hat? And he's like, Biscuit's poker face. And so she is befuddled that rather than use his big old giant lips and to just start swapping spit with her small soft lips, he ain't interested in what she got other than what's on top of her head. And she's like, okay. And he's like, woohoo. So she's just completely confused by this as Hibiscus throws this hat on his head, and he takes off his belt buckle, unbuckles it, and gives like, here. And she's like, ew. And basically he does the Harale from Dr. Slump run, and basically just runs off with his new hat. And she's like, that went well, but I'm a little insulted. Because she know why would the boy not want to make out with her? But she got a belt. So there you have it. This random lady ends up with the supreme ultimate power of the demon realm. This woman has the ability to become the strongest fighter in all of the demon realm, with power that will push Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku and Vegeta to new lanes. Yeah, so here's my deal. I legitimately thought this was Degesu. who was doing his inner pour and inner oolong to become this woman and try to seduce Hibiscus. And I'm like, okay, that's a clever plan. That's clever strategy. So I'm like, all right, I dig it. Until we find out later in the episode that very much was not Degesu. This was just a random lady that was trying to get what she wanted by smooching, and it didn't work. But she got the belt, I guess but she didn't need it. It was a little bit easier, not the way she wanted, but she got it. So yeah, I'm gonna crack up if this woman ends up becoming the final big bad. It's like, I wonder if she's gonna be like that ogre, that cleaning ogre that messed up with the machine and became Janemba in movie 12, and they're gonna have to purify her soul. Like, that's gonna be interesting. So I'm guessing this woman's gonna end up getting kidnapped by Degesu. So we'll see how this ends up coming into play. Oh my gosh. So that was a great comedy. And we get back to the action here. Take a sip of water, breakdown. So they're hiding from all these Zandamari guys, and Piccolo mentions, I can regenerate, and he's like, I'll take care of them all. And so Goku's like, good idea. They'll run out of ammo eventually. And it's from here that Neva mentions that basically regenerating, as long as they hit the vital organ, basically you're done. It doesn't even matter if you can regenerate. Which, to my knowledge, I think the only vital organ would be their head, right? That's what Piccolo explained, and that's what Cell himself explained, is as long as the nucleus in their head is intact, their body can regenerate. That's exactly how Piccolo was able to regenerate back when Trunks knocked over him as a statue because his head wasn't damaged. So, yeah, I mean, we've seen, well, I guess it wasn't through the heart, it was through the chest when Frieza blasted him and stuff like that. And basically Piccolo he got knocked out, but he was still out, so he was still alive. So I guess it depends, right? So unfortunately, it is mentioned here that their ray guns does not run out of ammo for at least 10 days, and so it's not looking good here for our heroes. I mean, it'd be a shame if they went Super Saiyan and get the job done, right? So we go back to the palace here, and there you see Majin Ku and Majin Du are knocked the heck out, and there you have, unworried about anything, is Dr. Arensu, who says it is almost time and that everything is going according to plan. So she is not worried about them facing the Zandamari at all. And there you see, just love the shot here of her basically looking devious and smiling. So like I said, Dr. Arensu hands down has been far more interesting than Gomah or Degesu. And basically, I guess she ends up taking a nap here, sleeping, and now you got all three of them sleeping. They're getting some rest before the big moment comes. And so Goku, he says, I ain't waiting anymore. So he basically starts charging them like, all right, here we go. Piccolo and Goku come flying. I'm like, we're about to go SS1, right? And boom, Goku right here. They do these really cool shots. Shout out to the animation team where they would do these slow motion shots right here and blur the edges. So I thought that was really cool. So Piccolo wrecked that guy. This other guy got wrecked by Vegeta, and Goku wrecks the guy with his Neo Bow. And basically, I will have to say the fight sequence ending, this whole ending fight sequence was phenomenal. This was fantastic right here. So Goku gets on guard, ready to strike, and he unleashes, basically dodges, yeah, he does like a whole 360 spin, dodging the blast, dodging that key blast, and then Son Goku goes right with the Neo Bow, and he extends it on the ground, and then it comes right over to this guy's foot, bam, trips him up, oh, and he shoots his other partner, and boom, that guy's like, and then it sends the other guy so much force into the other guy, basically, for the Zandamari, and they basically come crashing down. And next thing, you got these guys shooting their key blasts. Goku's dodging that, and then he dodges the other one, and then Goku's dodging that one, and he dodges two more blasts, and then boom, he basically right here grabs the guy in the chin with his legs, and We get the crotch shot. He's looking at Goku's crotch and Goku's looking at him, and Goku gets that fist ready and bam, right in the face, knock that guy out. And then Piccolo, he starts unleashing this ki blast and he throws that blast away and bam, hits that guy right upside the face. Vegeta's like, I ain't playing with you all. Yeah! Shoots that blast, and then this Zandamari guy comes right behind Vegeta, trying to go ahead and get him off guard. Vegeta looks at him, and then, oh, Vegeta dodges his stuff. And then right here, Vegeta goes ahead for that right. Bam! Oh, clean shot to the gut. And bam, Vegeta's like, oh, I'm tired of dealing with all you ridiculous jobbers. And you see that guy's foot goes all the way in the air. And there you see Bulma, aka Bulma, she's cheering her husband on. And I love this shot right here. Son Goku looks like he's finally getting serious, finally taking the fight the way it should be. And so from here, they end up hearing something of a disturbance because Glorio and Panzy were coming to back him up. And out of the smoke, you got Piccolo, Goku, and Vegeta on guard. And out comes the Zandamari ships. Looks like these are some special tanks they got ready. And the animation was fantastic right here with this blue blast basically just being charged up. And so the guy in the commander, who I guess he's a relative of Abura and Dabura, he yells, fire! And so this blue blast comes over and Piccolo, Vegeta, and Goku run. I'm like, okay, they dodged it. It hits the ground, but then it starts electricity going all over the ground, and man, it electrocutes all three of them. And right there, they end up falling to the ground. So Piccolo's out of it. Goku's able to at least stay on all fours. Vegeta's able to stay on one foot. And I'm like, okay, at this point, I don't know what you've been waiting for in an episode. You've got to go SS1. Get the job done quickly. Go SS1. There is no reason not to. And so Goku's like, his body feels numb. He's like, my body feels numb. Right? So there you see the Zandamari, they start shooting. They're trying to finish these guys off, and they're shooting all these blue ki blasts. And Son Goku, I'm like, go SS1 now. Go SS1. You have got to go SS1. And Goku doesn't. He's gonna just keep dodging in base form. And I'm like, what are you waiting for? And so Goku, he dodges these blue ki blasts. It's taking everything, taking base form Goku to the limit. I mean, without using the power of Super Saiyan, which he mastered back in the Cell saga to be able to feel normal so that he could do it instantly back and forth. He just refuses to go. And so Goku basically trying to do what he can in his base form despite being taken to the limits, because these things are coming in quick at Goku. And Vegeta, once again, even Vegeta not going SS1, just staying in his base form. And from here, Vegeta still trying to dodge these blasts. Piccolo, who we also know is quite level on beyond that of SS1 in his base form, he doesn't even take his weighted equipment off to try and do anything damage. So yeah, they are just taking the three of them to the absolute limit in their base forms, and it don't even have to be, but they're BNS, they're not going to their full power, and so therefore it has to be, I guess. So this guy right here, he starts taking his time. He's like, and he's like, grrr. And then right there, Vegeta, Goku, Piccolo, they're surrounded, and this Blick Blast starts forming, really got gigantic. I wonder if this is a reference to Chala opening, where Piccolo, you know, is basically his back is turned towards the camera angle when Nappa's about to hit him with the blast, and then that guy's like, fire! And so they get these green lights, they start flying down, and they hit the Zandamari ships, and huge green explosion as the blue shoots off. Once again, just loving the colors. And then the blue blast goes shooting towards our heroes, and it has hit the ground and sends Goku flying and the rest of them flying. And once again, Goku at this point is sucking wind. He's huffing and bluffing. He's reached the limit of his base form, and I'm still wondering here as a viewer, why are you not using SS1? It'd be one thing if you were max powered SS3 and they were still giving you this trouble, because now we at least know you've tried your best. But what is this? Like, you can even just go SS1. And so from here, the Zandamari ship tank is starting to close in, and we get more of these these green light bulbs that are flying out the sky and just start boom blowing up the place. And Piccolo's like, what's that? And I love how right here you see the fire is green and then it turns back to the reddish orange, and up in the sky it's King Kaden, who we haven't seen since the early episodes of Dragon Ball DAIMA, and he has arrived with his squad. And so King Kaden is ready, and so, you know, that's where Pansy's like, it's Dad! And I don't understand this. Why is Piccolo and Vegeta, who've never seen them, so happy? Piccolo's like, oh, Vegeta's like, oh, and Goku's like, oh, even though I met you guys and know who you are, I'm like, oh. Their reactions were hilarious. And so the Zandamarri tanks, they start shooting their blasts over, and basically King Kaden goes like, now fire, and they start shooting these green light bulbs at him, and it lands on the tank and starts blowing it up to Kingdom Kong. But the blue blast also hits their ship, and boom, huge explosion, and it zooms out, and they were playing some really cool music. Like, it sounded very heroic. I think it was like the instrumental version of Jaka-Jan, and yeah, it looks like that ship is done. History. So we got Panzy, who just was like, Dad, Dad. You know, just that was pretty interesting. But she's like, oh, Piccolo's got the dramatic faces, and there you see the rubble from their ship, and we get a look at Goku's face, or his eye, and it's not looking good. But in the distance of the smoke, we see that they are perfectly fine, and King Kaden's like, it's gonna take a lot more than that. And so they all are guard. He's got his best fighters, because I've been waiting to see this lady fight right here, and he got his other squad, and now she's back from going from dad to dad, right? She's hell happy, right? And so Vegeta is like, oh, and Goku's now happy, and so the Zandamarri, these guys are not giving up. They start firing, and I'm like, yes, let's go. I've been wanting to see what this lady can do. So she's basically saying, like, time to cut loose, and so they all come charging at the Zandamarri guys, and Vegeta, Piccolo, and Goku are like, we'll do the same thing, and so they start flying off. So now here we go. We got Glorio and Panzy also coming into the attack, and it's gonna be all out war and mayhem. And man, we see she's swinging this sword. This had shades of me, reminding me of like Inuyasha. Man, I haven't watched Inuyasha, so forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, but was it like the Tetseiga? I think he had, right, the Tetseiga, right, because his brother Sashomaru had the Tenseiga. So he's like, she's coming in, basically, boom, just remind me, I forget, what was his move? Was it the Iron Reaper Soul Stealer or something like that? I haven't watched Inuyasha in years, but yeah, that's kind of what is reminding me. I forgot what he would call the attack, but yeah, that was cool. She wrecked that guy. That guy is gone. And then we got the bear here. I think he's one of the guys that Goku took out, but yeah, he has this mallet. Oh, look at that face. Look at that face. That is all business. He's like, I'm not here to play with y'all. And look at this guy. He's running. He's like, oh, boom. Oh, cracked ribs, what was that, a crack hip? That's gotta be probably busted some of something, what is it, in the stomach, man, probably ruptured something there too. Oh, you know that had to hurt. Sends that man flying, and then this guy comes right in here. He throws these things, dodging, and boom, hits these Zandamarri guys, sent them boys flying. Woo! Hey, we got the explosion right here, and out of the dust, this guy, this bird-looking thing, comes out of the smoke, and he is already just dodging all of this, and then he shoots the green blast, and this lady right here, she ends up basically coming back, and you see all three of them basically right here shooting at the same time, and then this guy comes in out of frame nowhere, and he dodges the blast, and he's like, whoa, boom, right on the head, face first. Oh man, got the sparks flying. And so from here, we get him, he's knocked out, and then Vegeta with his ki blast, he's twirling in the air, and boom, shoots it and knocks that guy out. Piccolo comes in, they're battered, they're beaten, they've been doing in this base form, reaching their limits, but they're hanging on because they don't want to go to SS1 or power up to get the job done sooner, but they're gonna fight in their base forms Goku's going all out. So they're fighting. We got everything. And this is where Vegeta mentions the tide is starting to turn. And they're back to back. Cool shot of Vegeta and Piccolo in their most weakest forms instead of powering up to get the job done quickly, but they're hanging in there. And boom, there you see all the Zandamarri guys are taking a beating. And boom, there you got Panzy and Glorio shooting these guys out. Bam, bam, bam. Goku right there dodging the base in base form, dodging the rest of these blasts because boom, it's clear he's got the Neo Bow. That was really cool shot right there with the Neo Bow as Goku's reflected all their blasts, but he realizes, man, base form, he's being taken to the limit. Does Son Goku in base form have anything left against these Zandamarri guys? Goku's dodging and he bam smacks that guy in the back with the Neo Bow, and then he goes ahead and propels himself to this guy, and then he dodges the blast nearly in the face. Oh, bam, kicks this guy's gun right up and breaks his face. Boom, or breaks his hand, and then boom, kicks him right in the gut, and then swoops around with the Neo Bow. And then I love this combo right here. Goku throws the Neo Bow as it goes in the air, and then from there Goku's like, and he takes that fist. He's like, I am tired of playing with you guys. Boom, uppercut, and the guy's body goes in the sky, and then the Neo Bow, remember it was spinning it around, comes down and bam, with such fierce velocity comes right into the guy's gut, knocking him down. Oh, that guy is gone. That combo, that move, that has to be a rush attack for Goku in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That was a fantastic fantastic combo. And so the Zandamarri guys come back for Goku, and they're ready to go ahead and unleash his power. And so from there we get another one. King Caden's like, y'all want to try something? Y'all want me to come on, bring yourselves. What you got? And King Caden basically takes his fist, boom, knocks that guy in the face so hard, got that boy's mouth and his nose and his eyes and his nose is like that. That's basically what he looks like right there. And man, since that boy flying knocked the face off that boy is what he did. And so this guy tries to sneak a shot on King Caden, and King Caden's able to block your stuff. And like, what's that little crap gonna do to me? And then he comes in, basically, bam, smacks him with his gun in the side of the face. Oh, that guy with his own, I think that was his own gun, was it? Yeah, he punched him right with his own gun, his own machinery, right in the face. Oh, boy ain't gonna have no teeth, no nose after that, probably. That boy is done for the day. And Goku's like, not bad. And King Caden's like, thanks. So that was really cool. Panzy right here, she then lands on her on her father's shoulder, basically, and they're like, oh, let's go to town. So we get this really cool father-daughter moment where they just start going ham. They surround it thinking, okay, we got him now. And then we just get this cool shot where boom, she's blasting from this angle with one of their guns, and then she's using her own gun to blast them, and boom, guy gets hit in the back. Boom, guy gets hit in the back again. And then right here King Caden's like, let's go to work. Do. And then boom, bam, boom, the blast just shooting everywhere. Boom, hits that guy in the face. Boom, no, this guy's going down the back. Boom, other guy gets down the back. They're running, trying to tree. Boom, gets that guy in the back. Boom, hits this guy in the back. And then, man, you got Piccolo. He's got a close up Piccolo's eye, and Piccolo's like, oh, boom. Vegeta's like, oh, boom. So they're doing a blast, and then here comes Son Goku closing in. He's dodging all these key blasts, or these ray guns, battered and broken, normal form, because he decided not to go Super Saiyan. So as a result, Goku's pushing as much as his limit as he could in base form, but you see how focused Goku is. He's flying right towards the Zandamarri, and they're like, oh, and the guy, I love it, he's flying right towards that one Zandamarri guy, but he flies past him in the back to kick that guy in the back. These other guys didn't even know what hit him. They're like, oh, and then Goku starts spinning the Neo Bow, and then he gets up, jumps in, power pole, extend, bam! bam, knocks both them guys out in the face and sends him that shot. Look at how awesome Son Goku is. Bam, sends the Neo Bow right into this guy trying to sneak attack, and then he goes ahead and uses the Neo Bow to go ahead and propel himself, swings it, and then bam, gets behind this guy, and then Goku goes right there, and he's basically not playing anymore. And I'm like, is this it? Take a little water break. We see the action frame, and I'm like, yes, yes. I'm like Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson. Yes, yes, because after 18 minutes of watching Goku struggle for no reason at all, he has unleashed the mighty power of the legendary Super Saiyan. And now this is Goku having his Samuel Jackson moment where he's basically like, I am tired of these mother effing Zonda Marie on these mother effing demon realm. We got things to do. So now SS1 Goku unleashed. He goes right towards this guy, dodges his stuff. Look at that face. Goku is a man possessed. He is ready. He is tired, and he goes for the fist. Boom! About to hit this guy. Bam! Look at that. Oh, look at the boy's face. You're like, oh! And then boom! Goku knocks that guy right over. Guys, look, oh! Son Goku not playing. Look at that. That is a Goku that is taking things serious. He's like, I am tired of spending 18 minutes of my life trying to beat you guys when I should have just gone SS1 from the start. So they're gonna start shooting the ray guns now, and Goku dodges over there. All 5 of them go shoot at the same time, and then boom, they shoot right at Goku, and Goku just dodges that stuff. Boom! About to hit this guy. He's like, whoa, he's moving so quick. And then right there, no. Oh yeah. Goku comes in with the Shuriken. Oh no, that's not a Shuriken. I thought he was about to do a Shuriken, but boom, no, Goku fades from the uppercut, and bam, hits him face to the face, right to the first, and that shot of SS Goku looks awesome. Bam, knocks that guy out, and then the other guy's like, Goku's like, nah, you ain't going nowhere. And then Goku goes right behind the guy, boom, kick right to the back. That had to break the top of his back, and then Goku comes flying in ready. What's this guy think he gonna do? Goku basically starts spinning back really quickly, turns that into a 360, bam, ends up going ahead and punching that guy, did the whole forearm shot, knocked that guy out, and then he looks at the rest of the Zonda Marie guys dodging. Look at how much fire ammo they're using on Goku, but Goku dodged it like, and then Goku basically goes like, no, it's time to make all you pay. And then he goes ahead and bam, kicks that guy right in the nose. And then Goku jumps right up, and then bam, does like a dynamic entry right to the guy's jaw. And then now they all gonna try to attack him at the same time. And it says Goku's like, He flies up into the sky, and then he gets right up there, and he's like, he is angry, about to start doing the blast. And you know Goku must be super angry. He must be super angry right now because he unleashes this key blast, and they're like, oh snap, let's get out of here. And they start running. Like their best cause of defense for this is throw your guns in the air and just run like you don't care. Maybe that'll work. And bam, they leave themselves wide open with the key blast. Boom, hits the ground underneath them. Bam, sends all them boys flying. And Goku, he just gets angry. He's like, and then he's like, you take that one over here. And then he's like, and then he basically just starts going ham with all these, shooting these key blasts. Bam, knocks that group of guys out. And then the group over here, bam, knocks them guys out. And Goku just goes inner Vegeta, just starts blamming the spam of the key blast. Goku is angry. Y'all have made my man's angry. Or should he just really be angry at himself that he should have done this from the very start of the episode? But I digress. And so, bam, huge key explosion sent the rest of these Zonda Marie guys packing, and they're gone. Look at this guy right here. He's like, oh, beat the snot, beat the tears out of that boy, literally. Oh man, Goku gave the neighbors quite the light show right here, and there it is. Zandamari have been defeated as Gomah looks on, and he's like, "That's impossible." Yes, because let's think about Gomah here being a smart villain, if that's what he considers himself. Yeah, the people that beat Majin Buu, the people that defeated Tamagamis 2 and 3. Yeah, the people that, to your knowledge, broke through the Sir Warp being disabled. Yeah, that's impossible when you know good and well your Zandamari guys are nowhere near as strong. Like, if this was Randy Orton from back when he fought Kofi Kingston in 2009, he would look at a guy like Gomah and basically describe him as stupid, because that's literally what this dude is. This dude is so stupid. Oh my gosh. And I think even Degesu is getting tired of how stupid he is, because he gives him this look and he's like, Degetsu is tired of taking Gomah's crap. You can tell he is tired of taking Gomah's crap for sure. And so it's from here that Gomah that Degetsu says this is bad, and Gomah's like, I know it. He's like, I know that. Yeah, he's like, I know that. And Degetsu's like, but we still have the Zandamari force, and this boy has to actually take some time to think about it. Like, this is not like a, oh yeah, I forgot. This is like, yeah, you're right. We still have them. But the 5 special forces of the Zandamari guys, they've already stated, like, it's got to be a joke, right? There's no way they beat Majin Buu and their Tamagami. So what sense is it going to make for them going up against them? I don't know. And so from there, you have Degetsu, who's just still looking on, and he's like, yeah, I'm thinking Degetsu has had enough of Gomah. He might be the one to kill Gomah at this point. Like he is getting tired of his mess. And like I said too, it's through this that I realized that, so Degetsu can't shapeshift and became that girl because he was supposed to be off to go get that third eye. So yeah, nothing right there for them. Take a sip of water break. So there we are in the ruins. Fire everywhere. As we can see, the Zandamari has completely been torched, literally. And so there our heroes and Glorio basically are standing strong, and Goku's like, oh, your highness, that was pretty impressive. And even Pansy's like, that was perfect timing, Dad. And he's like, I know. And he says, looks like we helped out quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have had to help out at all if a certain someone's Goku Vegeta went SS1, but I digress. And so basically they're all laughing and having a good time. And I think Vegeta here it said Piccolo and Vegeta are regretting that they didn't use more of their power when they should have. Elsewise, they could have saved themselves a good 20 minutes or so and stuff, and save us, the audience, 20 minutes as well. And then the episode ends where we go up to a panning shot of the of Gomah's palace, and that's it. Wow. This episode, action amazing, choreography amazing, animation, like I can't stress how good the animation staff was when it came to this. This was really well done. This was fantastic. Man, it really was fantastic. So I gotta be honest, that was awesome. Definitely was. So for sure, when it comes to that, man, that was great stuff. But did this episode need to take that long? I don't know about that, man. Like, I understand the strategy of being in base form and fighting basically at SS and fighting in your normal form and feeling your opponent out. But when it gets to the point where you can't when it gets to the point where these guys, they can't basically take it out, it be like, when it gets to that point where I'm saying, like, it gets to where they're struggling, and they're clearly struggling in base form, I think they should go SS1. There's no reason not to go SS1 and work your way up. It would be a lot more stronger that way, and why they're doing that way, I don't know. So that was something that I thought. This episode was lengthy and it was battle, but did it really need to go that long? Did it need to be like that? I don't think so. So I think that was an issue that came into play with this episode that really kind of harm it. So looking at the next episode here, it's going to be called Degesu. And so the Gendarmerie guys, the 5 special forces, they come on down, and it looks like one of them is trying to tut Vegeta, and Vegeta's like he's not taking any crap at all. And then it looks like we're getting Panzy in action. So Panzy gets into action there, and we're about to see like she's about to whack somebody with this, and they're zooming in the eye, so I don't know who's about to get whacked. And then we see Son Goku with a serious face, and he starts talking. So obviously whoever's Goku's face to face, hopefully it's a serious threat. And there we got Degesu, who's holding Dende, and he looks concerned. So I'm guessing we are finally gonna get Goku and gang confronting Degesu. But then he starts smiling, and he has the ray gun pointed towards Dende. So it looks like he wants to use that as his strategy, pulling out the old, if you remember in OG Dragon Ball, when Son Goku got the better of Piccolo DAIMA, aka King Piccolo, he used Team Shinha basically as a hostage to beat up Goku. So it looks like that's what he's doing here. I'm very curious here if Degesu is, I think what would be really cool, because Degesu hasn't really done much of anything in this series so far. I think it'd be cool if it turns out him and his sister Dr. Arensu are all in cahoots, and they were looking to overthrow Gomah. That's going to be interesting, because at this rate I kind of get the vibes that we might be headed towards the Red Ribbon Army, going back to OG Dragon Ball Red Ribbon Army saga. At the end of that, remember, Commander Black, he was Commander Red's right hand man. But when he found out that Commander Red simply wanted to use the Dragon Balls not for world domination, but rather just to get taller, he took his pistol out and boom, shot him, put a bullet in his head, and that was it for Commander Red. And Commander Black took over the Red Ribbon Army until he was killed by Son Goku, of course. And I wonder if that's what's going to happen with Degesu. Has he just been working, as they say in professional wrestling, has he just been working all this time, working Gomah into a false sense of security or something like that, and he's really not the helpless person that fears Gomah as he's been portraying. So I'm looking forward to next week's episode. But this episode, like I said, I thought this episode was good. I enjoyed it. I just think for the power level, there was way too much time spent on Goku struggling with these guys. But he should just went SS1 and called today. Like when they have to face Majin Buu, once we get to the point where they're facing Majin Buu, then at that point I feel like, okay, it makes sense, because Majin Buu is stronger than Tamagami 1, and we're gonna have to see SS3 Goku and Vegeta get taken to the limit. Now those are the type of ones that I feel the episode should take a lot longer at when it comes to this. So interested to see. I'm just hoping that this is not going to be 18 minutes of them struggling against the right over here, the 5 special Tamagami forces for 18 minutes, and at the end they go SS1 and wreck these guys like they should have been. So, you know, we've got what at this point 5 episodes left, episodes 16 through 20. So yeah, gotta make these count. Definitely have to make these count. All right, so as said at the top right there, I'm going to go into the chat and see what we got here. For whatever reason, my Caster Labs is not displaying properly. I don't know why, so I'm gonna have to look elsewhere to see what's going on here. Okay, so let's see. It says Twister EX. What up, man? Hey, yeah, hey, what's up to you? Thanks for joining the chat. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Little Broski says stigma boy. So yeah, I'm not sure what that is right there for. What's he trying to say here? Let me see. I think that's probably like some sort of the same. All right. Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for letting me thanks for sending a chat. It helps with the algorithm for the engagement. M4 Zinho says, any thoughts on John Africa? Don't know who that is, unless I've seen him before. Let me check a look and see. Let's see here. No idea who John Africa is, so no, never seen him. No, not sure. Yeah, I got no opinion on him, but thanks for leaving a comment to help the engagement level here. Let's see. Zarak. Sorry if I'm saying your name. Zarahu. I think it is Zarahu, Zarahu's twin. Sorry if I butchered your name. Playing Kakarot's Daima DLC right now. Awesome. Yeah, I haven't downloaded it yet with Beast Gohan and everything. That sounds like it's gonna be pretty cool. I do plan actually streaming Kakarot, not Oh no, you know what? Kakarot. I'm thinking Sparking Zero. I plan on streaming Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and maybe even Kakarot eventually. So that might be really cool to see. But as far as the DLC for Kakarot, I do want to see like they got the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai with Piccolo. So I definitely want to see what that's like. So that sounds like it will be pretty awesome. And then I know they have what are some of the other DLC? They have like the End of Z stuff. So cool stuff that we haven't really gotten a chance to play in a lot of the Dragon Ball games. But yeah, I like Kakarot. I think it's the best Dragon Ball game to ever tell the story of Dragon Ball Z and some of the other stuff. So looking forward to more of that stuff coming. Pluto Thomas says they started making new DBZ. Not new DBZ, but new material, Dragon Ball Daima. So I'm not sure if you are how familiar you are with the current modern day Dragon Ball stuff. But yeah, there's been Dragon Ball Super for like the last 2013 for the last 12 years, and now Dragon Ball Daima. This unfortunately is it's going to be the last, if not one of the last, that was created by the original creator Akira Toriyama. But yeah, if you enjoy Dragon Ball Z, I definitely recommend checking out Dragon Ball Daima, because there's a lot of references out there into Z. It's a celebration of all the Dragon Ball franchises, Dragon Ball, Z, GT, Super, and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then lastly we have FJK Lager, just followed. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I always appreciate the subscriber. But yeah, everybody, thank you for engaging in the chat and everything, leaving comments and stuff. It always helps the engagement level of the algorithm and helps me to go ahead and grow a lot more. That being said, I will be back with Dragon Ball Daima episode 16 review, if not earlier in the week of, I want to say, because the next episode is going to be the 31st, if not earlier in the week of February 2nd through the 8th. What I might end up doing on Friday, February 7th, I will probably do a review of episode 16 and 17, a double review together. That's because for those of you who are fans of WWE, I'm actually going to be attending the 2025 WWE Royal Rumble event live, and because I'll be heading out to Indianapolis on Friday, I won't be able to have all my regular equipment that I usually have for these recordings. And when I do get back, I'm gonna have to for these streams, I'm gonna have to get right into streaming my content, reviewing the Royal Rumble and all that stuff. So like I said, I'll try to get earlier. 2 weeks from now, I'll try to get to episode 16 review as early as I can before for episode 17. But if I don't, then just expect a double review. That's what I did back with episodes 2 and 3 because I had such a busy week that week. So that being said, hope you all enjoy, and make sure to let me know what you thought in the comments below about this episode of Dragon Ball Daima. And there's more Dragon Ball content right there on the screen. And make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, as well as follow by hitting the notification bell so you're notified when my next content is released. And you can follow all my social media platforms right there in the pinned comment and description below. Until next time, take